Welcome back, fight fans, to Fight Week Roundup for the week of May 21st to the 26th. I got your roundup, some headlines, and any Montreal news I could find you guys. So, first off, I want to point out Wednesday night in Montreal, corner of Saint Laurent, St. Catherine, Club Soda, funthefighter.com, Wednesday night fights. There's still a couple tickets left. They do this once a month. You got MMA royalty in the room. You got a good night of fights. If you're not doing anything Wednesday night, check them out. I'm pretty sure they got a couple tickets left. Also, on Thursday night in Point Claire, if you're from the West Island or want to go to the West Island, in the Holiday Inn, there is Eye of the Tiger Amateur Boxing. They do one of those once a month, so if you miss this one, check out their website and check out the next one. You're going to thank yourself. Friday night, you got Unified 19 and Battlefield 30. Unified's in Alberta and the Battlefield's in BC, so basically you're probably going to have to stream that. So if you're looking for something a little more accessible, Friday night though, ESPN and TSN2 for my boxing heads, Boxino's doing their finals to their tournament that they did for lightweights and middleweights. So basically they had a bunch of guys fight each other, and now we're down to the last four. So 2 fights for the lightweight tournament champion and middleweight tournament champion. Every guy on there's got maybe 15 fights. It's a good night of fights. Friday night, TSN, sometime around midnight. Saturday night, UFC 173, you got their pay-per-view. Now, obviously, they're going to do their free show on Sportsnet at 8 p.m. And then afterwards, somewhere around 10 p.m., I believe it switches over to pay-per-view. Just the 3 main card on that show would be Barao versus Dillashaw. Don't kick yourself if you don't know who Barao is or Dillashaw. Even the UFC's got promos making jokes about that. However, the fight right after that is Daniel Cormier against Dan Henderson. That's guaranteed to be fireworks. Somebody's going to sleep. Also, you got Ellenberger versus Lawler. That's also a nice little fight. Probably going to be a gritty one. The whole card's nice. However, for my boxing heads, also on pay-per-view, also for Montreal, Adonis Stevenson fighting Fonfara. Now, if you don't know who Fonfara is, you can YouTube him. I caught a fight where it was a draw, and personally, I'm thinking this fight's a tune-up for Adonis to basically get him ready for maybe a bigger fight down the road. However, I hope Adonis doesn't take him lightly and just smokes the dude. So, on that undercard, I want to bring up a couple of things for you guys. Number one, David Lemieux. Now, I've spoken this guy's name before, and the reason why is because he was a rising star a couple years ago, and he got basically the Montreal disease, and it slowed him down a little bit. He changed some things around, and he's back now. Personally, if you like boxing, he's fun to watch. It's like watching something from the 50s. The kid fights in black and white. He shoe shines the stomach. It's just fun to watch. He might get hit more than he should, but I mean, he's a good fighter, and if his shit's together, the kid's gonna be unstoppable. Now, underneath that, speaking of rising stars, Storm Alvarez. Storm's not his real name, but I don't know how to say his real name. His nickname's Storm. The kid's a Colombian nightmare. 2008 Olympic champion. He's got a 14-8 record, so the 8 KOs. So he's averaging about a 50% KO ratio here. Check him out. The kid's got a good little promotion team by him. You can YouTube him. There's already some prepackaged stuff on there, but even the stuff that's not prepackaged, if you get a chance to watch any of his old fights, him too, he fights a little old school. He might take a shot or two that he shouldn't, but you know, he's doing that for a reason. He's trying to look for his shot. Both guys are young. Both guys are interesting. Do yourself a favor, Montrealers. Check it out. At a minimum, support them. So this week's a strange week because after Saturday we got some fights on Sunday and Monday now. So I always like fights on Sunday. I know that sounds weird, but for some reason it's just cool to watch fights in PJs and then after fights go to work on Monday. So you got Infusion Kickboxing at 7 p.m. on Fight Network. Thank you, Fight Network. Also on Monday, you got the other Mike Alvarado fighting on Golden Boy's little amateur cards that they do. So that's it for the